My wedding was dismissed as trivial by my family. My brother Ethan's college graduation, however, was treated like a monumental event. My mother lashed out after I discreetly cleared $8,400 of Ethan's credit card debt without a word. "Then you're permanently off the guest list," I retorted sharply, while drafting cease-and-desist notices and erasing their voicemails. I'm Caleb, 35 years old, and last spring I proposed to my fiancée, Lily, at the same boardwalk where we had our first date. Lily and I had been together for almost 5 years. She stood by me through tough times, job loss, family conflicts, and health struggles. Lily always made me feel secure. When she accepted my proposal, it felt like my life was finally coming together. We planned an intimate, elegant wedding at a vineyard 40 minutes outside town. Lily's family was supportive and respectful, never overstepping. My family, however, has never been known for tact. Trouble started a month after we mailed our save-the-date cards. My mom called, her voice heavy with that familiar tone she used when she wanted to steer things. "Caleb, darling," she said, as if already exasperated, "is a May wedding really the best choice?" I was puzzled. Why wouldn't it be? After a brief pause, she sighed, signaling something absurd was coming. "It's just that Ethan's graduation is in June, and you know how he feels when someone else gets attention. Ethan, my 27-year-old brother, has always been the family's golden child. He's never excelled at much, yet my parents act like he's destined for greatness. He switched majors 5 times, dropped out of 2 schools, and finally earned a degree in media and personal branding from an obscure college I had to Google. Still, my parents treated him like a visionary. Every family gathering revolved around Ethan. Ethan's new job, Ethan's latest project, Ethan's need for emotional support. Now my wedding was somehow a threat to his moment. I tried to stay calm. "Mom, the wedding's been set for months. It's a full month before his graduation." But she was relentless. First, she suggested nicely, then insisted we shift the wedding to July. "It would mean so much to Ethan," she said. "He's been under a lot of pressure." That sparked my frustration. Ethan couldn't hold a job for more than 6 months. Meanwhile, Lily and I were scrimping, working overtime, handling expenses, and planning the wedding ourselves. But apparently, we should upend everything so Ethan wouldn't feel overshadowed. The same Ethan who once threw a tantrum because our cousin outplayed him in a board game. I told her the date was non-negotiable. That's when the dynamic shifted. Her calls became infrequent. My dad stopped responding to my messages. My cousin, meant to be a bridesmaid, backed out, citing family tension. Then came the uncomfortable dinner. It was supposed to be a casual Sunday meal at my parents' place, a tradition we tried to maintain. Lily and I arrived with sparkling cider and forced smiles. Ethan was sprawled on the sofa, wearing sunglasses indoors, scrolling through Instagram like he couldn't be bothered to greet us. My mom pulled us into the kitchen, her voice dripping with false sweetness. "Caleb, we've been thinking. It'd be better if you postponed the wedding to next year." I laughed, assuming it was a joke. It wasn't. "Ethan's struggling," she said. "He needs our focus right now. Your wedding is just too much." "Too much what?" I asked, keeping my tone even. "Too much attention," she replied. My dad joined us, adding, "Son, you've had your moments. Let Ethan have his. Don't be selfish." I was stunned. They were seriously asking me to cancel the most significant day of my life, not just reschedule, but cancel, because Ethan couldn't handle sharing the spotlight. Lily squeezed my hand under the table, her eyes conveying her exhaustion from tolerating people who never fully embraced her. That night, we sat in the car outside their house for a long time. My grip tightened on the steering wheel as I stared ahead. "Are we really letting this happen?" I muttered. "No," Lily whispered. "You don't deserve this. Neither do I." In that moment, a new resolve formed, not to cancel the wedding, but to remove them from it. Not with a dramatic confrontation, but with quiet finality. If they wanted to make this about attention, so be it. I was done playing the dutiful son while they diminished Lily and me. The next day, I took action. Not on the wedding date, but on the guest list. I contacted the venue to adjust for fewer attendees and updated the caterer. Lily and I sat together with the guest list, a marker, and a bottle of sparkling cider, crossing off names deliberately. It felt like decluttering our lives. When the revised invitations went out, my phone erupted with texts, calls, and guilt-laden emails. My mom sent a lengthy message titled Heartbroken, beginning with, "I hope you're satisfied with tearing this family apart," and ending with, "Ethan's devastated." I didn't respond. Then Ethan texted, "I can't believe you'd do this to me. You've always been envious, but this is a new low. Don't expect me to be there when your world crashes." I showed it to Lily. She didn't laugh. "Let them reveal who they are," she said. The real turning point came a few days later, unexpectedly. It was a Wednesday evening, and I was cooking dinner when someone pounded on our door, not knocking, but hammering like they meant to break it down. Lily looked up from the couch, startled. I opened the door to find my mom barging in, my dad trailing behind, and Ethan sulking in the car parked across our driveway. "What's wrong with you?" my mom snapped, stepping inside. I closed the door and turned to face them. "Good to see you too," I said dryly. "Stop it," she barked. "Your father and I just saw on Aunt Linda's Facebook that you changed the guest list. You cut out your own family?" Lily stood behind me, arms crossed, observing silently. "Yes," I said evenly. "You what?" she gasped. "I removed the people who made it clear they don't support me, Lily, or our wedding, including those who demanded we cancel it so Ethan could feel special for graduating years late." My dad stepped forward, his face stern. "You're acting like a spoiled kid." "No," I countered. "I was a kid when I kept sacrificing my needs for Ethan, when I let you dismiss Lily, when you rewrote reality to protect his ego. I'm 35 now. This is my first real boundary, and look how quickly you came to challenge it." They fell silent for a moment. Then my mom let out a bitter chuckle, pointing at Lily. "So this is her doing? I knew it. She's changed you. You were a good son before." "No," I said firmly. "I used to let you control me. That's over." "You owe us," my dad interjected. "We paid for your college." I met his gaze. "No, you took out a loan and reminded me every year how grateful I should be that you didn't demand repayment. Meanwhile, I've paid off Ethan's credit card 3 times without a thank you. I covered house payments when you were unemployed. I co-signed your second car lease. Do you recall any of that?" They stared blankly. "Well, I do," I continued. "If we're tallying debts, you're the ones in arrears." Ethan finally emerged from the car, storming up the driveway, flailing his arms like a rejected VIP. "This is all about your ego," he shouted. "You think you're better than me?" "No," I replied. "I just don't need your validation anymore." "Everyone says you're selfish," he spat. "Mom and Dad are embarrassed by you." "Good," I said. "We finally agree on something. You should all go." My mom gasped as if I'd struck her. "You're throwing us out?" "No," I said calmly. "I'm asking you to leave. There's a difference." They lingered, my dad muttering about my ingratitude. I shook my head. "We're done. Lily and I have made our choice. If you want to be in our lives, it's on our terms now." Lily spoke up, her voice steady. "You're not the victims here, but you can stop being the ones causing pain." My mom's face flushed, her eyes brimming with furious tears. She stormed out silently, my dad trailing behind, grumbling. Ethan lingered a moment longer. "You'll regret this," he muttered. "Maybe," I said, "but not today." And they left. The silence afterward was profound, almost sacred. Lily hugged me, exhaling deeply. "I'm sorry it came to this," she said softly. "I'm not," I replied. "I'm just sorry it took me so long to see it clearly." But the drama didn't end there. Days later, emails flooded in, not from my parents, but from cousins, aunts, and uncles. Some were polite, others openly hostile, a few cloaked in faux concern, calling me childish or self-centered. One cousin I hadn't spoken to in years lectured me about family being about forgiveness, not exclusion. Another sent a scripture quote, ever so helpful. Then my mom posted online, "Sometimes the children you raise become strangers. This year we'll celebrate a graduation, not a wedding. Pray for our wounded hearts." She included a tearful emoji and an old family photo with me in it, as if I'd vanished. Comments poured in from neighbors, church acquaintances, and distant relatives. "You were wonderful parents. Some kids forget who raised them. Praying for you." I didn't respond or save the post. I just blocked her. Then Lily's mom forwarded a message from my dad, who'd contacted her privately, asking if she could talk sense into Caleb to save the family. Her reply was concise. "He's not breaking anything. He's rebuilding." The moment of no return came days later when the vineyard called. Someone posing as me had tried to cancel the wedding and request a refund, using my mom's name. I was livid, but oddly calm, seeing their desperation clearly. They weren't trying to mend things. They just couldn't stand losing control. I confirmed the wedding details with the venue and called my lawyer. Her name was Susan Chen, sharp and no nonsense. I'd met her through a friend with workplace legal issues, and she impressed me even then. When I explained the family pressure, the strange calls, and the attempt to cancel the wedding, she didn't flinch. "They impersonated you to cancel a contract?" she asked, typing rapidly. "Yeah," I said. The venue noticed because the caller didn't know the deposit amount or Lily's last name and asked odd questions about the guest list. Susan nodded. "That's not just family drama, that's fraud." You could have lost thousands. Can we do something? I asked. She smirked. Oh, we can do a lot. That's when the cease and desist letters began. Calculated, not emotional. One for my parents, one for Ethan, and one for the two aunts most vocal online. The letters were clear: stop interfering or face consequences. Susan included clauses about impersonation, harassment, and defamation, plus a reminder that further interference would be documented. Lily and I mailed them together, and sliding those envelopes into the slot felt like drawing a firm line. But peace was fleeting. A week later, my cousin Rachel, one of the few level-headed relatives, left a voicemail. Caleb, your mom was sobbing at church saying you sent legal threats to everyone. She's telling people Lily's controlling you and that she's scared you'll cut them off forever. Also, she said the wedding might not even be real, just a way to hurt Ethan. I was speechless. What did she say? Lily asked. That the wedding might be fake. Lily raised an eyebrow. So I'm a villain now? I sighed. Apparently, you're a mastermind ruining their lives. She gave a wry smile. Maybe I should show up in a black gown with fog effects. We laughed, but it stung. They were rewriting the narrative, casting themselves as victims. I could picture my mom tearfully telling her church group how her son was swayed by a woman who never meshed with the family. Each lie, each manipulation, only strengthened my resolve. Then my dad left a voicemail, his first contact since the doorstep argument. I didn't pick up. Caleb, he said, I don't agree with your mom or Ethan's approach, but lawyers? Threats? That's not how families handle things. If you go through with this wedding without us, that's it. You're done with us. It was the ultimatum, delivered in his usual tone of quiet disapproval. The same tone he used when I chose writing over his accounting firm, when I missed Ethan's third graduation attempt due to surgery, when I refused to fund Ethan's failed startup. He thought I'd cave, as always. I listened to the message 3 times, not out of doubt, but to memorize that tone. I deleted it. The wedding was days away. Lily and I had our final fittings. Her dress was stunning, understated, yet radiant. She didn't tear up in the mirror. She just smiled confidently and said, "This is it." That night, we ate takeout on the floor of our sparsely furnished living room. I checked my email and saw one from Ethan. Subject, "From your brother, one last try." Against my better judgment, I opened it. It was brief but polished. I don't get why you're throwing everything away over a wedding. Mom and Dad say they're not coming, and I think that's wrong. You shouldn't have to choose. Let me help. Let me be there. Don't cut me out. It seemed conciliatory, but it felt rehearsed, like someone coached him to play the peacemaker. Lily read it and noted, "No apology." "Nope," I agreed. Then another email arrived from the vineyard. Urgent. Unauthorized guest list access attempt. Someone posing as me had called to reinstate guests, requesting the original family seating and special dietary accommodations for the groom's mother. The caller's number? Ethan's. I closed the laptop, stunned. "They think they can worm their way back in," Lily whispered. "No," I said, standing. "They think this is still up for debate." I called Susan, who drafted a formal warning to Ethan within hours, citing potential criminal charges for impersonation and contract interference. I wasn't angry anymore, just done. On the wedding morning, I woke at 6 a.m. Lily was asleep in the vineyard's guest suite. I stepped onto the patio, where rows of grapevines stretched under a soft pink sky, dew glistening on the grass. I felt unburdened, lighter than ever. The ceremony was perfect. Small, warm, and filled with love. Every guest was there because they wanted to be. People cheered, laughed, and cried with us. Lily was breathtaking, not just in her dress but in her quiet strength. She'd stood by me through everything, never wavering. Our officiant, my old college mentor, spoke briefly about love as a deliberate choice, not a performance. I glanced at the empty chairs reserved for my parents, Ethan, and relatives. Once, those vacancies worried me. Now they felt liberating. The reception was joyful. No forced smiles, no tension, just genuine celebration. My best man's speech got laughs when he teased, "Lily's a saint for marrying a guy who called her dude on their first date." As we ate dessert, my phone buzzed, a voicemail from my mom. I waited until later under the gazebo with Lily, stars overhead. "Play it," she said. "Let's hear the finale." Her voice trembled. "Caleb, today should have been different. I thought you'd come to your senses. Instead, you shut us out like strangers. I don't know what she's done to you, but this isn't my son." Still blaming Lily, still the victim. "If you want to fix this family, it starts with an apology." I stared at the phone. "Her idea of reconciliation?" Lily asked, sardonically. "Her last grab for control," I replied, deleting it. We drove to a mountain cabin for our honeymoon. No Wi-Fi, no emails, just peace. When we returned, our mailbox overflowed with wedding cards and gifts, but one letter stood out from Aunt Margaret, the neutral observer. "Caleb," she wrote, "I know it looked like we all backed your parents, but some of us didn't. We stayed silent out of fear. Seeing you stand up for yourself made me regret not doing the same years ago. You didn't lose family. You saw their true colors." Congratulations, I pinned her letter above my desk, a reminder that boundaries don't always destroy. Sometimes they reveal who was truly there. A month later, Ethan emailed again, no subject. "You could have had us all there. You could have fixed this, but you chose her. Hope it was worth it." I didn't reply. I was content, free from the need to justify myself. I hadn't lost anything. I'd gained the freedom to live without apology and the peace that comes with choosing those who truly see you. So, what are your thoughts on this story? Do you agree with what happened, or do you see it differently? Let us know your opinion in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming stories. See you in the next one.